The Servants of Charity is a religious congregation where men are called by the Sacred Heart of Jesus to follow Him in simplicity and to spend their whole life in the service of the poor. Don Luigi Guanella was born in 1842 in a small village of the northern part of Italy. From childhood, God inspired him to call God Abba, Father, to be filled in charity, and to be sent to relieve the suffering and the pain of so many people. He started the congregations of the Servants of Charity for Men and the Daughters of Saint Mary of Divine Providence for Women. By this, he wanted to give hope to the abandoned ones and to give life to the persons in the society who say, "I have no one." His whole life was an act of providence. God was his reference point. After each and every work, he said, "It is God who does." Guanella had a strong trust in the providential Father who would care for every one of his children.
Years ago, I started my vocation journey in Vietnam, and there I came in contact with the Servants of Charity, the congregation that cares and spends time for the least and the lost. And I wanted to respond faithfully to my vocation through the love of the abandoned ones. God is calling me to respond to His beautiful love through my everyday service to the ministry of the special children and other guanellian ministries.
Guanella and his followers opened many houses in Italy and other parts of the world for the elderly people, youth, orphan children, and the persons who are the least. Among all of them, the spared children are the ones who are close to his heart. He called them treasures. He considered them masters. He was personally convinced that the poor are teaching us. Serving them is the school of humanity and evangelization. His eyes were able to see Jesus in the poor. Once he said, "The most abundant of all, bring him in. Seat him at your table and make him yours because he is Jesus." The family spirit is the hallmark of his house. Bread and the Lord should never lack in the guanellian houses.
As a community of priests, brothers, DSMP sisters, and Guanellian lay cooperators, we in the Guanellian family share that one common bond of charity. Charity urges us to experience the love of God by serving the least, the lost, and the last. May our Guanellian family be filled with God's goodness so that our common bond of charity be ever alive in our hearts in serving the poorest of the poor.
Today, Servants of Charity is present in about 22 countries on 5 continents, spreading the works of charity worldwide. We have been present in the Philippines for 30 years, in Vietnam for 10 years, and recently in the Solomon Islands. "The whole world is your homeland" is our slogan. Where there is God and the poor, that will be our home. Once Father Guanella said, "We can no longer stop the merciful works of God as long as there are poor to be assisted."
I have been living in the Servants of Charity congregation for 10 years. Through studying the life of Father Guanella, I have been inspired by his life He lived with the poor. He chose the most abundant to take care of them with the heart of the Father. He did not only give them bread, but also the Lord. Nowadays, there are so many followers as guanellians throughout the world. They are doing the works of Father Guanella. They live with the poor, serving them with the spirit of the Founder, in order to show the love of God, the Father, for the least, the last, and the lost. I want to be one of the guanellians, so that I may love the poor and serve them as Jesus and Father Guanella did.